Hey guys, it's Wes Gardner, Mr. Kami Hobo himself. Welcome to another edition of Wes vs. Backlog. This time we're taking a look at a game that's been in my library for quite some time. I've played, in the past, I've played maybe 30 minutes of it, but now I've spent quite a few hours with it. I have some stuff to say about this. It's Warhammer 40K Space Marine, that Relic Entertainment joint. You know, the people from Company of Heroes and the Dawn of War real-time strategy games. Awesome developer. Yeah, developed by Relic, published by THQ. We're going to get to that in a little bit. But it came out for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and the now defunct On Live service. Rest in peace. But overall, I have to say I enjoyed my time with Space Marine. I played some single player, I played some multiplayer, so I have a few things to say regarding both, but let's get into single player. Overall, I'm not the biggest Warhammer fan, not because I have anything against it, I just have never gotten into Warhammer. I haven't written any of the books, I haven't looked at any of the lore, so I'm not really sure what is going on, but the good thing is here, the story, very easy to follow. You play as Captain Titus, part of a Space Marine chapter called the Ultramarines, and you're going, and basically you have to kill orcs. You have to kill the Order of Chaos, the Forces of Chaos, whatever you want to call it. And the game is presented in a mix of both melee and ranged combat. So you have kind of your hack and slash with your, broadsword, your chainsword, whatever you want to call it, your daggers, and then you also have ranged combat with your sniper rifle, a really cool, I think it's called a Vengeance launcher, which is kind of a sticky grenade bomb launcher, which I really enjoyed. But everything felt good in the game. Going between melee and ranged combat is very smooth. Now, as you can see here in the video, it looks a little in presentation like a Gears of War. But the big difference is between this and Gears of War is very much a cover-based third-person shooter. Space Marine is completely the opposite. It wants you to go in the fray. There's something called a Fury meter, which the more damage you take and the more you're kind of in the midst of combat, you actually start regenerating health. So instead of kind of scoping out the place and sitting around and kind of camping out, the game rewards you by getting into the fray, which kind of fits the whole Warhammer theme, and I really dug it. The set pieces are beautiful. I think the world feels a lot bigger than just the linear corridors that you go down, and that is a complaint of mine. I do think the game is a little too linear. You just go from point A, you go get a weapon, go to point B, go to point C, go to point... So you keep going in the straight line, but everything around it, it makes it feel bigger than what you're doing. You actually feel like you are the small group in a much larger conflict. And, the character design is good, the voice acting's good. I did enjoy the fact that the character you play is Captain Titus. He's very much a free thinker. And in an order of Space Marines, that's not very common. But he's very much kind of that free spirit mercenary type, which I don't know how accurate that would be in the lore. Once again, I don't know a lot about it. But, for the game it fit. It really fit. It did this nice juxtaposition about should he, do what he thinks, or should he follow the orders of the Codex, or kind of what's going on. Now, with a game named Warhammer, you can expect violence, and violence is everywhere here. Absolutely. You chainsaw people, there's no like cutting in half and weird things like that, but there is the headshots and the characters jibbing, like they'll just explode for no reason, which I kind of appreciate, but yeah, just fair warning, but a game like Warhammer, it's in the title, you can't expect it to be, this isn't rainbows we're talking about. This is going to be some up and personal violence going on. But if you're a fan of things like Gears of War, kind of the third-person shooter-esque things, there's a lot to like here with Warhammer. I did try the online mode, and I found some games. I'm actually pretty impressed that I found some games. The game's about 4 years old. I got into a game probably within 3 or 4 minutes of searching. Now, there were only 3 or 4 games to choose from that were actually online, but I got in there, played a little bit of what I consider to be kind of a horde mode. You just basically hold a point through waves of enemies as a co-op deal. So it was fun. It was fun. Now, if you were to, let's say, get the PlayStation 3 or 360 version, I'm not sure how active those online communities are. So if you're looking at it from a multiplayer standpoint, I don't know if I would recommend going out and buying it right now. But the time I did spend with it, I had a lot of fun. The combat is very fluid. It does feel a little like a one-trick pony, but just staying in there, using your special, and then regenerating all your health. You can do that over and over. I will say the boss fights, a lot of fun, a lot of variety in them. But overall, you know, I'm thinking, would I recommend or would I not recommend Space Marine? Just all things considered. And I would say I recommend it. I recommend it if you can find it for cheap on the console. I think you're going to have a fun weekend. Just shooting and slicing and dicing and all that fun stuff. And you know, there's probably going to be on a Steam sale. I think it's on Steam sale every single year. But I do recommend it. It's a lot of fun, especially if you have some buddies. You guys can make some private lobbies. You can do the horde mode type stuff. It's really, really cool. So there's a lot to like here. And you know, as someone that's not big into the Warhammer universe, this was a decent primer. I felt like I was engaged with the characters. I was engaged with the world. I actually cared about what was happening. And yeah, overall, a nice little entry point into the Warhammer series. I don't know if this is officially canon. I don't know about that. You might have to ask people in the comments who are more into Warhammer than I am. But overall, hey, I had a lot of fun with it. I do recommend it. You can pick it up for cheap now. Like I said, PlayStation 3, 360, and it is on Windows on Steam. But overall, yeah, pick up the game, have a blast, and, you know, kill them filthy orcs as a Space Marine. Hey guys, hope you liked the new format, hope you liked the video. If you want to check out the previous episode, check out the Diablo 3 episode by clicking on the old previous window right here. Now, hey, if you're feeling saucy, a random video, just click it there. You know, it's just waiting for you. But be sure to subscribe, leave your likes and comments. Let me know what you think about the new format. But yeah, hope to see you guys next time. Peace.